having this vision. I've been having this vision. Either rise or you fall. I'm on a mission, bringing my dreams to fruition. I ain't playing at all. Bring out the body bags, I'm about to kill them, deliver them to the mortician. I gotta do what I gotta do. That's for my fish, back in my face. I gotta do what I gotta do. I pray to God, he never came. I'ma do me, I'ma do me. That's in my blood, I'll never change. That's in my blood, I'll never change. That's in my blood, I'll never change.
Fantastic to have your company once again for another big WSL post show here at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. A very, very difficult day for some competitors, a great day for others. The hunt for a finish at the top end of the ratings to avoid the mid-year cut, it's looming, and it is getting a little desperate for some surfers, but it was fantastic to see the conditions clean up at different stages throughout the day. What a performance from this youngster, Luana Silva, flaring up to get herself an important heat win there in that second elimination round heat, and she is obviously buzzing at the moment. Ronnie Blakey with Laura and Kaipo. And Kipes, this is a big one for Luana. Of course, well positioned at the moment, has had some great moments this year, but everyone's kind of stressing out in that elimination round.
Yeah, you know, she had to go to the elimination round, and then when she rose to the occasion, and that's what we're expecting from Luana Silva. I know she's got incredible surfing that she displayed right there, and I'm just so happy for the young surfer from Hawaii that she was able to put it all together and really show the world what she's capable of.
Yeah, we saw Betty Lou put up some decent scores early in the heat, but you got to give credit to Courtney Conlog in the dying stages of that one, Laura. Really clutch performance, under priority, getting the number she needed to climb into second place.
Yeah, that was wild. That was all the Betty and Luana show from the start. They were just taking it to Courtney, and you know, she didn't catch a wave for about 16 or 17 minutes in the heat, and looked a bit frazzled, and then at the end got some space between her, and yeah, to come home with that 7-point ride and get up there, that I think will be, you know, she was so upset this morning after not getting through a round one heat, and look there, elation for Courtney Conlog, relief. You know, it's heartbreak and relief, I feel like, at the moment, for all these competitors that are, yeah, trying to make that cutoff.
It's just so bizarre to see Courtney so far down the rankings, Kaipo, sitting in 16th position coming into this contest. This is someone that's going to have to rely on all that Bells experience, those big wins out here that have come in the past, in order to turn in a huge result and start climbing this ladder.
Yeah, shocking year for Courtney if you really look at it. I thought of her as a favorite at Pipeline. I thought of her again as a favorite at Sunset. And then when we went over to Peniche to Super Tubos again, I had her on my list. And I was surprising with the results of the first 3 stops. She's going to come out. But you know what? In that last heat, the Sea Tiger, she brought out the claws.
She did.
And she just climbed the tree, you know what I mean? So it's great to see her in the round of 16.
Yeah, big relief for her. But let's hear from the winner of that heat. It was a huge one for the rookie, Shannon.
Luana, congratulations on that one. Down here right on the shoreline, and what a big finish. Talk to me about that chat with Reynolds Hayes just now.
Yeah, we were just going over the last heat, and we were all super close in the end, and then I needed to kind of like sit on both of them so like no situation could flip, but I hate being in heats with my best friends, you know, it's so hard, but I'm happy, but still sad at the same time.
What's it been like traveling with that pack and the crew of you that have grown up together and now battling out in really critical moments in your early career?
Oh my God, it's so much fun just traveling with your best friends because we keep pushing each other like every level. I love Betty Lou so much, and Courtney keeps pushing it, so I needed to up my game a little bit because that first heat wasn't like I hoped for, but it's all good.
Very impressive. And talk to me about being back in this region, Bells Beach, but you took out your very first QS win just up the road at Phillip Island. Do you just love being back in this area?
Yeah, it's actually my first time to Bells, first time surfing it, and I love this wave. I love Winkipop. I love the bowl. I think it suits my surfing a lot, and I'm just excited to get some heats at the bowl now.
Thanks so much. Congratulations. We'll see you in the next round.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shannon. Yeah, Luana Silva, every time I've seen her each day of the waiting period and the days leading up to the contest getting underway, Kipes, she's just had this super excited energy. She looks like she's really enjoying her time here. It's showing in the performance.
Yeah, I mean, we're really looking at the next generation of the leading women's professional surfing, and the fact that looking at this heat recap, just a smooth rail surfing, Laura, that Luana had. Lulu just on fire, connecting all the dots. And I like the fact that she's able to stab a finish.
Yeah, her timing was impeccable. She has so much power, and like she was saying, she just, look at that, just slashing there. Like, her timing is so good for, being so young. And I mean, this reminds me of where she won that WQS Challenger Series in Irisira. So yeah, her surfing suits these, powerful right-hand points.
Yeah, Courtney did so well in this situation to just get the space in that lineup to sneak that wave under priority. She ripped it apart, and that's going to be a big confidence builder because Courtney's just been on the wrong side of rhythm through the first 3 events. And as we mentioned before, stop 4 is a big one for her.
Yeah, and just for Courtney Conlog, the stability, the mental fortitude to not give up until the buzzer rings and able to perform on that wave, dig herself out of the hole in advance. That was huge.
Could be a big turning point in her season, Laura, because she needed one.
I think it is, yeah. Look at her there. She's stoked. I mean, a loss here would have been so heartbreaking for her, and I think, Betty's going to have to go back to the drawing board. But yeah, Courtney, that's the face of relief right there, and just, being so far down the ratings, anything is possible. She knows that she can go to Margie's. She can, ring a bell here.
Yeah, you're sort of in contact with each of these people. You've got long relationships with them, and you had some banter with even Courtney's mum, and it is kind of that situation now with the mid-year cut. If you are a veteran and you find yourself way outside that mid-year cut line, it's kind of like, am I really going to keep going at this? And maybe my time is over. And I think Courtney proved to herself and everyone else who's in her crew that she's still got more to give.
She does. And yeah, that was the same as Sally today. I think so many of these girls, the emotions are running high. These veterans, these rookies are coming through and doing this exciting surfing. And, I think these girls have been on tour for so long and they've got so much experience, but it's easy to let things get, things to dull the light, I think. And they got to keep pushing.
And one of the themes of the day, right? The veterans strike back. Sally, Courtney, Steph, coming through in the clutch when they needed to.
Cue the music.
Right?
Veteran strike back. It's got a good ring to it. But we saw a lot of surfers turn around sloppy first round efforts today in the elimination round, and we've got to go to the men's side of the draw now. Morgan Sibley, he just didn't look like the same surfer through the first 3 events that we saw get to 5th position on the leaderboard last year and have a crack at that big finish, the showdown. But at this contest, just in the matter of 1 round, he managed to turn it all around, and he came up against a couple of really tough opponents in the elimination round. This had to be the toughest draw of that 2nd round for the men, and Morgan got started and finished strong.
Yeah, this is the Morgan Siblick we like, right? Powerful, connecting the dots, putting it all together, surfing smooth, and really relying on fundamentals, exaggerated fundamentals, if you will, with the rail game that he possesses, Laura.
Yeah, I walked up the stairs and saw Morgs and I was like, how did that feel, mate? You're back. And then we had a laugh. I was like, looks like you're only like beating the champs. Like, he likes only beating Mick, Gabby and John. So yeah, he got to get up against the champ again, and I think this is going to be confidence. And yeah, Mick right here, so spicy. He'd moved down board sizes from at the bowl yesterday. His beautiful wife, Bree and Xander there cheering him on. Yeah, they're stoked.
Yeah, it came at the cost of Seth Moniz, who really lost rhythm in that elimination round. He never really had it. But yeah, Morgan Sibley, we haven't seen much of those big teeth this year. Last year they were on show because he was smiling so much. He was getting such big results. But he has bounced back in a big way, now powering through to the round of 32, and we're going to see some amazing matchups there. But a huge loss for Seth. He's been going backwards at each event since he had that big 2nd place finish at Pipe. So he's got a bit to turn around over there in WA.
Hey, you know what? A couple days at the box, if we call it on over there, talk about Seth Moniz. He's going to be one of the top performers over there, I already predict. So I think Seth can get right back in the game over in West Oz.
Yeah, Tully Wiley fell out of the mix too in the elimination round for the men, but the winner of the trials had a good showing in the first round. I think any time a wild card comes in, winner of the trials, and can put up some reasonable scores, they can leave the event site holding their head up high.
True. I mean, hey, look at this was Tully's introduction to the global surf audience, Ron.
On the big stage.
That's right, yeah. Another big heat. Saw Connor Coffin actually fall out of the mix. He was up against Nat Young and Imai Kalani-Devault. And this one could have gone either way. It was pretty close, right down to the wire. Nat Young, though, he was the guy that really put it all together. It was a big turnaround from him. He looked a little bit off in the opening round, but has clicked back into just vintage Nat Young form.
This was a heartbreaking situation for Connor. I was down there watching the girls' heat, and he was sitting there, and you can tell he's just, you know, after going from the final 5 last year into like a really tricky situation this year, it's wild to see it flip so crazy.
Oh, such a kick in the guts for Connor, and he came in, and you know, he was really feeling like he missed the opportunity to do his best surfing this year. It is a tricky lineup. It's not the ideal forecast that we're looking at, so we're kind of taking what we can out of these opening rounds, Kybes. And you've got to say that there was high scores out there to be had. I mean, Nat Young posted a couple of beauties.
I mean, just look at the speed that Nat Young is surfing with on his backhand. And I was able to commit to turns and connect those turns. And this was a clutch performance by the young surfer from Maui. Imai Kalani-Devault needs a result right now, and he is on his way if he can continue with this really fast, laser-sharp approach, and came in through the clutch on this particular heat.
Needed a 5.1 and got it.
Yeah, massive. You know, the big story here at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach is obviously going to be who can ring the bell and put themselves in the history books. But the other big story underlying that is this mid-year cut, and that's what we're going to be really harping on about as we move through these earlier rounds, because clutch performance from Imai, Connor Coffin, he was in that mid-range sort of state on the leaderboard, and he's left himself open to be overtaken.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say in regard to Connor that his surfing was on point, and it's just like the waves just let him down. I mean, his performance is just same exact performance that he was able to put together to get into the final 5 last year. So the surfing's still there. It's just sometimes when you know, waves can let you down, Laura.
They can.
On the women's side, great performances all round, but Johanne Defay, she was the strongest in that opening round, and she also owns the Boost Mobile wave of the day. Let's take a look at it. So much power from Johanne, and yeah, she's just always a threat anytime she pulls that jersey on.
Oh, she is. She's just such a dominant contest surfer. She's so reliable, and look at her go. That was a huge turn, so powerful. Her timing and everything about her technique is just keeps getting better and better. I'm blown away with Johanne surfing. It's amazing. Layback there, oh, that would have been incredible. That would have been probably up in the 9s if she made that. But biggest heat total of the event so far.
She just seems to be putting more and more dynamite into that back foot every season that she turns up. 8.5, best ride of the day. It was an easy pick for the Boost Mobile wave of the day. We've still got the top 5 coming your way here at the post show, so stay with us.
to have this event that's at an elite level that actually brings the best First Nation surfers from all over Australia to one of the most iconic, amazing places to surf here on Wadawurrung country is absolutely amazing. It strengthens all the participants' spirit and connection, and to just be part of one mob.
Getting to watch Callie get painted up in 2006 for the first time was a pretty empowering moment to see my culture on a world stage. For those Indigenous people to see a company like Rip Curl taking those steps forward to encourage and support First Nations people is just amazing.
For us as Wadawurrung, cultural education happens out on country, so it's about taking all of the Rip Curl staff out on country, getting them to deep listen, to connect, to look and to hear and to feel the stories and understand what country means to us.
It is a big event on the calendar here in Australia. The Indigenous surfing titles will unfold here at Jorak, Bells Beach. Again, May 27th through to May 29th. So many great champions have been crowned. Otis Carey, Russ Maloney. We saw some of the surfing that goes down here. It is world class, and it's going to be a fantastic battle again, and so many divisions as well. So you get to see the Groms, you get to see those Opens, and also some Masters as well. It's good fun to watch, Laura.
I absolutely can't wait to watch.
It's going to be fantastic. Bring it on. Bring it on, Kipes. Let's have a look at what's to come with the Surfline forecast. Obviously, this event, it started off with a pretty dodgy forecast, Kipes, but things are on the improve.
You know what? It's been steadily improving as it's gone through. You can see on the southwest, Monday, Tuesday, we've had a little bit of wind issues, but still plenty of energy out there in the Southern Ocean. More swell on the way too, Thursday through Friday, so we've got something to look forward to. And Ron, I think what we're also looking forward to is the improving wind conditions to come through.
Yeah, that's right. We've been dealing with a bit of an onshore flow with that wind direction, but there you can see it. A bit of offshore wind coming our way too.
Look at Friday. I love that color. You know what I mean? Offshore, 8 to 12 knots, 5 to 7 feet in height. Decent period with the 15-second interval.
Yeah, it's all looking good. It's on the improve, as we mentioned, and with that, we'll see the surfing rise to a new level as well. The form surfers are starting to move through those earlier rounds, and we've got some huge matchups coming your way, which you can look at on worldsurfleague.com. But right now, it is time to dive into the top 5 for the day, and Kipes kicking things off with the big reveal from Rip Curl.
Isn't it cool? The new logo on all the Team Riders boards. Rip Curl unveiling it here at the 59th running of the Rip Curl Pro Bells. And one of the really cool things is now that we have the men's and the women's team all centered off the same logo, and that new Rip Curl logo looking sharp down the stringer.
Hopefully no bubbles in those stickers.
No,
they all had to make sure that no bubbles at all.
No, you got to clean them up, Laura. We've got the blade. I like that throwback to that classic Rip Curl riding too. David Silva comes in at number 4, surfing his way from 3rd position into the lead in a clutch moment for the Brazilian.
This was so cool. I mean, there was a bunch of heats today where 3rd jumped to 1st at the very end of the heat, some buzzer beaters, but he was wrapped. He needed a result here. He's had a 9th place here at Bells in the past, so he was absolutely pumped. Felipe Toledo there on the beach, down there supporting. Amazing.
Yeah, watch the boys break it down, and don't forget David Silva. He did feature in the final over in Mexico at the end of last year, so he's trying to really back that up and reclaim some of that magic form. At number 3, Baron Mamiya continues to impress, Kipes.
I like it. I call him the prodigy. We saw him come in at a very young age, and he's fulfilling his expectations, continues to build on that. Look at the foot comes off. Oh, gosh, got to reach for it. No problem. He gets in front of the white water. Baron Mamiya finding form out here. And you know what? I have so much confidence in this young Hawaiian, and I'm really, really stoked to see his performance today, Ronnie.
Yeah, it seems that he's got a lot of confidence in himself as well, you know, to get that big win at Sunset and to still be pushing the world's best. This is a guy who may have cemented his place already for this back half of the year and may have cemented his place as a championship tour surfer for years to come. Brisa Hennessy out there in that yellow jersey, looking sharp and getting a big result today, along with Stephanie Gilmore.
Yes, Breeze, the lady in yellow, not disappointing. She was taking it to the champ here. This was a really exciting heat with the rookie Molly Picklum as well. It was the heat of the girls' round, but look at Steph there. She got it done, and at the very end of the heat, there was almost a scary priority mistake by Steph, but she just got out of Molly's way in time.
And they had their mate, Ash Barty, the 3-time singles Grand Slam champion, down here watching that heat unfold, so they were both inspired to get the big result for her. But coming in at number 1 today, it is the rookie Gabriella Bryan, showing that power on full rail here at Winkipop today, Kibes.
Gabby Bryan just celebrated her 20th birthday. She's coming into form. We're going to see her in a long, long time still in pro surfing. And you know what? Tatiana Weston-Webb, she did a great job out there as well, utilizing that backhand. That's always a highlight of her surfing. Tati, Gabby, on through.
Yeah,
they were the big performers, these surfers. Tatiana Weston-Webb and India Robinson. Didn't she look fantastic as well, performing well in front of the hometown crowd? But it's Johanne Defay that jumped into that number 1 moment as well with that huge, excellent heat score total.
So yeah, 3 8.17s today. So that's why it makes it that lucky number. Joanne, Tati, and Gabby all getting those 8.17s. So the girls going big. I love it. Yeah,
it was fantastic. I mentioned it before, Kibes, and you can all go check it out on worldsurfleague.com. Go to that round of 32 for the men. Have a look at some of the matchups. I can let you know Mick Fanning's going to be surfing against Kanoa Igarashi.
Yeah, and for everyone playing fantasy surf, pay attention. You don't want any friendly fire. Take a look at that whole round for the round of 16 and the round for the women and the round of 32 for the men. Pay attention to your lineups.
Pay attention to them. Get your teams together. Get them locked in. This is your last chance before we get that third round underway for the men and the women. It could be going down as early as tomorrow. We're all looking forward to it. But in the meantime, as I said, check out the matchups. Get your team set. Laura, Kipes, that was a lot of fun. We'll see you tomorrow.
That was a lot of fun. Let's do it again.
We'll leave you with the highlights, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
Morning. You're watching the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. Morning. The stage will be set at Winkipop for the second day of competition.
Fair bit of swell in the water, and it looks really, really fun.
Chianca, nice clean off the top. Here comes Kaio. Blow tail reverse. Looked like he did it in his sleep. Big snap to drift for the rookie. He's having a blast this morning here at Winkipop. And Tino frames up the first snap. Deep bottom turn, layback hammer. I want to go surf. Thanks, Kolohe. Jadson Andre off the bottom. Big, powerful vert to finish. Robinson goes from third to second at the buzzer. Jadson will be surfing again today in the elimination round.
David Silva lines it up for a powerful finish.
Wow. Barrett saw this section and just went, of course I'm going to hit it.
It's time for the opening round for the women. Gabriella Bryan turns in an excellent number, an 8.17.
Oh, overhead wave by Tatiana. She's going to go for it. Oh, she pulls it.
Beautiful opening extension.
The fluid style of Steph Gilmore.
Johanne Defay, huge jam. Wow, that's front surfing coming out of Joanne.
We continue on with the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach competition. The elimination round is on. Off the bottom, and Griffin slams it shut.
He's warming up, didn't he?
And now Sidlick. Here comes a big section, committed power carve. Here comes Fanning. Clean open face hook. Big top turn arc, looking smooth.
Nehemiah. The 5.1 was enough to see him up in a second, and Connor Coffin's got to be baffled here.
Connor, that was an unlucky loss. How's it sitting with you now?
Yeah, not too good. Really important round with the mid-year cut.
Connor O'Leary now, steep section to finish, and he clouts it.
Fitzgibbons, tail drift to change up the flow, punches it out again. Massive.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.